what's up everyone? Carl Williams here, Williams Mind and Muscle Mechanics. So today I want to talk about BCAAs and EAAs and sort of help everyone understand the similarities and also the difference between the two, because they're honestly pretty much the same. You go as far as to say that all BCAAs are EAAs, but not all EAAs are BCAAs. So what I mean by that is most everybody knows that protein is the building block of muscle, right? If you didn't know that, you know now. Well, amino acid, which is what BCAAs and EAAs are, well, amino acids are the building blocks of protein, okay? There's actually 20 amino acids, okay? And when you look at the molecular structure of protein, those amino acids are all sort of laid out in chains, okay? They're basically like, you've all seen in science class, you've got like a molecule, right? You'll see, you get your little ball, and you'll have basically a sort of branch-like structure connecting to another ball, and another branch. Well, that's basically, that's if you're looking at a protein molecule, well, basically those little balls would be your amino acids, and then the little branches in between them would be peptides, okay? So they're basically just like chains of amino acids all linked together by peptides. So you could call protein, really, you could call it a polypeptide, honestly, or an amino acid also be called a polypeptide. So it's all just different ways to say protein, protein, amino acid, polypeptides, all pretty much mean the same thing, some just sound fancier than the other. So anyways, I digress. You had 20 amino acids, okay? Now, of those 20, our kind scientists, have decided that they were going to narrow those down into the 9 essential amino acids, okay? So there's where your EAA comes from, your essential amino acids. That's what EAA stands for. So those ones, essential obviously meaning important, right? Those are the most important ones. These are the ones you want to make sure you're getting these ones in good quantities every day, okay? If you're the type of person who eats meat, stuff like that, you're in luck, because most meats, like poultry, lean red meat, fish, eggs, stuff like that, all those are complete proteins, meaning they do contain all 9 essential amino acids, okay? So if you eat a nice, well-balanced, diet, and then, you're getting a lot of your protein from meat, you don't really have to worry too much about an EAA supplement. Honestly, like I feel like, for me personally, my personal opinion, EAA is, they're a bit of a money racket. However, if you are like a vegetarian or a vegan and you don't eat meat, which is fine, love for the animals, I love it, that's great, you might want to consider, though, picking up one of these EAA supplements, okay? Because you're going to have a much harder time sourcing essential amino acids from a plant-based diet. Just simply because there's not a lot of vegetables that are complete proteins. And even the ones that are complete proteins, you would have to eat like a sickening amount of them to get all those EAAs. So, EAAs are great for people like vegetarians and vegans. Now, your BCAAs, on the other hand, so your branched chain amino acids, going back to the molecular structure, so these ones, instead of just being amino acids all linked together in a straight chain, well, these ones tend to, there's actually a branch, hence branched chain amino acid, okay? So these 3 are leucine, isoleucine, and valine, all right? Now, those 3 are the ones, so they are part of the 9 essential aminos. So basically we're taking the 20, narrowing it down to 9, and then we're taking the 9, we're narrowing it down again into your 3 BCAAs. So these ones are the ones that are the most important as far as like fueling your workout, and aiding in recovery, stuff like that, So these are the ones, if you're gonna go out and you're gonna spend your money, spend them on the BCAAs, okay? Because having, a well-balanced diet and throwing some of these on top is going to do wonders for your recovery. The EAAs, on the other hand, like I said, unless you're a vegetarian or a vegan, My opinion is you don't really need them, and you're just, you know what I mean. Especially if you're buying EAAs and BCAAs, because maybe you don't know the difference between the two. Basically, save yourself the money and just get the BCAAs. And honestly, even the BCAAs, if you're just starting out, not really that important. You know what I mean? Just focus on your eating. Focus on your eating. And then once you start getting become a more avid lifter, or you start becoming more advanced at whatever sport or you're doing, or whatever reason it is for your training, whether it's sports or you're trying to bodybuild or power lift or whatever your drive is. Basically, once you start getting into the more advanced stages of it, that's when a BCAA supplement should come in. You know what I mean? You're going to want to take it sort of like before your workout. And then it's gonna help. It actually does a lot of wonders for your brain. So the way these amino acids, like just straight amino acids, get absorbed. They actually your brain tends to they're more bioavailable to your brain than like a protein powder would be. That one, there's a lot of science behind that even I can't really sit here, I'm not going to even attempt to try to explain it to you. I just know, through studying in my personal training course, that that's basically like how they laid it out. You know what I mean? It's like the bioavailability of it, where it's just a straight amino acid. Your body can sort of like absorb it pretty much like that, and then while you're working out, it actually has like an insulin-like effect on your glucose levels. It's got it helps drive protein synthesis within the brain, and helps your neurotransmitters, meaning it's going to give keep your brain function nice and high, give you lots of energy. It's going to help your muscle recovery. So BCAAs do work. But all I'm suggesting is, if you're just starting out, and you're worried about, the cost, so, you're going into the supplement store, you got your protein powder, you got your creatine, which those two I highly recommend you do pick up from the supplement store. Now you're looking at the BCAAs, you're like, well, man, I'm like $75, $100 in already. It's $50 for these. I can't spend $150. That's my week's grocery. If you want to skip the BCAAs for now, go ahead. It's not going to hurt you. Like I said, once you get into more advanced stages, then you might want to consider picking up one of these BCAA supplements. And like I said, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, then you might want to consider grabbing yourself an EAA supplement. But beyond that, there's pretty much no difference, right? So it's basically just you're taking your 20 aminos, narrowing them down into your 9 essentials, then your 9 essentials become your 3 branch chain amino acids, right? And in my personal opinion, and I think if you do your research, you're going to find a lot of opinions supporting what I'm saying, your BCAAs are really what's important, okay? So I hope that explains it. I hope that helps narrow it down. And maybe, helps remove any sort of confusion anyone might have had. And, so basically go from there. If you like these videos, like and subscribe. And, have a good day, everyone.